What's up, hybrids? Welcome back to another episode of the Phantom Hybrid Podcast. This is Hanako, and I am here with Anthony and Dena, and we are discussing episode 5 of It's Welcome to Derry. And Anthony, you said you got thoughts.
Okay. All right. So first thought. How we forget about Nurse Kirsch? Like we're trying to figure out the available available women. And we're
Did
like,
not
who's
think about
mom? And wait, who else? How we
we
forget about her?
because I
But
think it's because we thought all of us kind of had the feeling we were like something ain't right about her, but we were just thinking the
all right,
wrong kind of
we were thinking the
something.
wrong kind of something. But something definitely wasn't right where it was wrong something. We wrong
You
with
know
And
something.
what?
did we really know? I don't feel like we know her last name, and then did we think anything about? Because he Kirsch is the store guy, right? The guy that was like, he offered to help her get stuff off the shelves in the other episode. Lily,
The oh
is
oh
he like the
wait.
store guy? Because I swear he was Mr. Kirsch.
No, I don't
Oh,
know. But I don't think it was him. But the crazy thing about her is like in throughout the entire episode, like they were throwing us little clues. I didn't catch none. I wasn't paying any attention because I was so focused on the fact that Maddie showed back up. So it's
mhm.
like when
Mm.
Lily went to go see her at the house and the husband came out and he was, of course, menacing and where's my steak? Don't you overcook? Nothing about, oh no, I can't say who she is because of who her husband, nothing about that clicked. Even
No,
when he was in the backseat of the car.
it still didn't click.
No, because they kept focusing on her hands. Her hands were steady. If this was somebody she was scared of, her hands would have been shaking. I missed all the context clues with this one. Because when they got out the car and they were looking at each other, I was like, oh, and then something clicked right before they grabbed each other. I was like, oh,
No, as soon as she got in the car, I said, God damn it, is her.
I,
Because I was like, he in the back seat. I told him he in the back seat. And she was like, okay. And damn it, he was in the back
he
seat.
was in the
as
back
soon as I
seat.
saw she had a husband, I knew it was her because we was trying to figure out who was married.
Girl,
Yeah.
Couldn't think of who was married. As soon as I seen she had a husband, I said, "Oh, it's
I
her."
wasn't even thinking about it
I
at
didn't
that
even,
point.
because you know what? I'm focused. Okay. So I'm trying to find the connection between, because in this universe, in a movie, Beverly goes to see Miss Kirsch, and that's who it is pretending to be, or who it is in the apartment that
In the
attacks
apartment.
Beverly.
Okay,
That's Miss Kirsch.
okay, that makes sense
And
because
that's
okay,
what I've been trying to put her with Pennywise this whole time, and I wasn't even thinking about, oh, it's her.
We weren't thinking about Grogan at that point because we were like,
Oh,
okay, he on his way to Shawshank. Lily is trying to
yeah.
get some
I'm
help. I
I'm
was
trying to
like,
figure out the connection between her and Pennywise. And then I'm looking, I'm like, that she is Pennywise. And then but I wasn't thinking about none of that other stuff. I was like, God damn. Okay.
literally, they right before they grabbed each other, the light bulb went off in my head. I was like, oh, Hanako, you missed all the context clues in this one.
Okay. And
Everything.
the second thing, speaking of context clues, them kids is fucking gullible. Because
yeah,
as I saw
yeah.
that hand, I said, come on, guys.
As soon as
That
I heard the
nah.
cough, I was like, "If that's Maddie, man, I'm running. I'm
So
out."
the thing that really got me, because I was like, okay, did he really like I don't know what it was with this episode. I was trying to believe all the stuff. But when Maddie came out, when that motherfucker was paler than a piece of paper, I said something ain't right about him. Something is
Yeah,
not right about him. It was like, I understand you've been in the sewers, but boy, were you drinking the sewer water? Well, technically speaking, he was, but it was like, you look ill, boy.
I
Something ain't
said,
yeah,
right about
I
you.
say, y'all, he don't leave leftovers. He
yeah.
just don't.
And you finally get out of the sewer, and you're like, "Don't tell nobody." I
Yeah.
don't want to go home to my dad. At this point, you really your dad is worse than the sewer.
That's what I said. I said, I want to know, like, we still need to get some Maddie backstory because I want to know exactly how bad your dad was that you would like, I'd rather go back to the sewers and
Yeah,
deal with him because we got to think about it. Pennywise gets into their minds, so he has their memories. He knows what their fears are. This boy's dad scared him so much he ran away, or he tried to run away.
Lily, the boy stuck his fingers through the drain pipe. He is gone. Gone. And she
Listen,
they holding on to a little bit of hope. No, he gone. But as soon as the hand came like this, I said, oh, he gonna pretend to be Maddie, but they don't. No, they so gullible.
They are, and they were so used to
children. They had to have hope. They were trying. Look, they were trying to find a way to defeat him. Marge is now on board.
Did you say hope? Did you say hope?
Don't you do it? Don't you do it? Don't you do it?
Is a place where dreams go to die. Hope.
I knew you were going to say that as soon as I said it. But oh my God. So
those are highlights. Oh, third highlight. What's in the box? Don't open the box.
I'm curious. I need to know.
Well, if I'm wrong or not, if I'm right, if it's the same as in the book, they in The Shining, Dick tells Daniel that he tells him to create a box to put the spirits in that he was saying. And Dick put his trauma, the abuse that he suffered.
I kind of figured that's what it was.
Because he was afraid that it would overwhelm him. So he put that trauma, the sexual abuse, he put all that in the box.
Gotcha. So I figured it was some kind of trauma.
What the significance was. I couldn't remember. So that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Because I saw online, someone was like, oh, he put the spirit of his grandfather in there. If they're doing it different than the book, okay. But if they're going with the book, it's his trauma. My first thought was it was his ability to see the dead. He stuffed that power in there because he didn't want to see him. And then, because, when he came out, the first person he saw was poor Paul.
Oh, my God.
That's number 4.
Sad face.
But didn't I tell y'all Polly was going to die?
Yeah.
I did say Polly was going to die. I just didn't think it was going to be in that way.
So those are my 4 highlights.
Okay. Gotcha. What about you, Dena?
So one of my things I actually kind of liked in this episode was Marge just coming straight with Lily and just being like, I'm sorry I didn't believe you. This is crazy. And I told them, whatever they needed to hear so they wouldn't blame you, even though she knows that people won't still blame her. But like she immediately was like, okay, this is messed up. This is what my friend been going through. I didn't get my shit together. And so I like that it was a traumatic thing she had to go through to get there.
Yeah.
But it wasn't one of those things where like she needed to, she needed to figure stuff out or she needed to be mad at somebody or whatever. Yeah. She just immediately was like, sis, you was right. You ain't crazy.
And what can I do to help?
Right.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, Marge, you got this. And I thought it was cute that her and Rich was holding hands. It was cute. The other thing I really, really loved is, and I can't think of her name. Was her name Rose? Is it Auntie?
Yes.
Auntie came in there telling her boy what he needed to do and was like, you know what? Just, baby, you got the power here, and I like that. And even when he was like, speak English, which, let me just tell you, my skin was crawling. I'm like, okay, white man, telling the natives who belong here to speak English. Well, I wanted to snap. I was like, it's a TV show, girl. It's a TV show.
I know.
But I love that scene because I really love how they were communicating, how she was giving him a lowdown without, them even figuring it out.
Right.
I thought that was really a good scene. What else? I actually, I love that, oh boy, came out there and started shooting. And our girl who liked to be in the middle of everything got a little fear in her, dropping down on the ground. Like, okay, you see everything ain't kosher. And then
that was feeling Susie's dad. Yeah.
Yeah. She saw Pennywise, iteration of Pennywise, and yeah, she saw that, and so I was like, now, are you gonna calm down and mind your business for a little bit, sis? Because I feel like you need to do that. Your son is in the sewer right now because you don't know where the hell he at.
Right.
So I kind of like that scene too.
Right.
But it was a lot.
And then also like right after that, your husband comes in. He was like, okay, look, what I'm about to tell you gonna sound just a little bit crazy, but I need you to believe me because we got to get the hell out.
No, what was funny was he went to shot. You let us move. He said, hold up.
Hold up.
You're supposed to move on to the base.
I said on base. I never told you to move to Derry. You wanted to have a normal life.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's on you, partner. That's on you.
Right.
I mean, he could have still warned him when he said he wanted to move, but I guess in the guy's thoughts, he was probably thinking like, well, maybe they'll be okay, whatever, no big deal, because it doesn't clearly doesn't affect every child, right? Like, so he might have thought they would have been all right, but
also Hanlon wasn't on the team. He wasn't on the quote unquote on the team at that point yet.
That's true.
Yeah.
So it's like, how much do you trust him with to say, I don't think it's a good idea for y'all to stay in town, because immediately he's gonna want to know why. And you don't have
and he might change his mind. He'd be like, well, you know what? We're just not gonna move there.
Deuces, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
He might be like, well, if you don't want me to move, I have to stay on base. Nah, that's all right.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Yeah. It was a lot of good stuff in this episode though.
It was. So for me, I like being right. I like the fact that Pennywise basically told Lily, yeah, you're the one that's bringing everybody to me because you're such a good friend. Like you are bringing the buffet to the sewers. I like you. I'm gonna keep you around up until he started running towards her. And again, y'all
run.
With the mouth thing. Ooh.
And we get him doing the run. We get him as Charlotte doing the. I'm gonna need. We don't need to have a quota of 2 of these runs every episode, and y'all have done this for the last 3 episodes. I'm gonna need y'all to quit. I'm gonna need you to quit. But the effects, the practical effects, the CGI, whatever it is that they are doing with his face.
Yeah.
When he started running towards Lily with his mouth open and the light catches him and his eye does that little jump, I was like, this is supposed to be scary. I was cracking up because his eye did that jump like, seriously? Right now? Just when I'm about to have a snack, right now.
About to eat a good one.
Right. And then he just kind of stopped. That eye twitches. He looks down like, fuck. He starts backing up. And Lily is sitting there looking like, you scared of a little light? Oh, okay. We got this. But I will say this. I got to give it to my girl, Lily. She was being brave because when I say her friends tucked tail and ran, and I know that the separation was probably Pennywise's design because, like, my daughter was watching the episode with me. She said, how did she get so lost? She literally was right behind them when she fell. And I'm like, he's been doing that the whole episode because even with the army guys, y'all just right there. It's not like y'all had a whole bunch of directions to go to because y'all were all trying to stay
same way,
together. And he separated y'all into what, 1, 2, 3 different groups.
Yeah, and he teleported Dick out of there too. He teleported him somewhere. I didn't know he could do that.
Yeah.
I didn't know
I don't know if he actually did that or if that was just in Dick's mind.
Right.
Yeah, but he totally disappeared. Like,
that's true.
The only thing I can think of is he had him off to the side and made it to where they couldn't see him.
Could be, yeah.
Or he just, like, when he went underwater, he just drug him wherever.
Yeah.
Because he ended up outside the sewer at some point. So maybe he just kind of pulled him under the water and they were like, where'd he go?
Yeah.
Or he could have just been blocking the view of the other 2 guys and showing them what they fear. Because I'm gonna tell y'all now, when they looked in that tunnel and that hand came out and said, I want you, and it was a ghost of Uncle Sam, I fell out laughing. I was like, how amazing is this?
Well, that's the thing that's annoying. It's like they're like anything that doesn't feel right, just shoot it. And I'm like, that was such a bad command because
But you know
that's
that was a setup.
right.
Yeah.
Because it was just like, why would you just automatically start shooting if something's playing with your mind?
Yeah.
You don't know who you looking at. It could be a whole like And I just thought I was like, that was some poor commanding right there, buddy.
Yeah.
This is off the topic, but I was talking to the person I'm related to by marriage who I live with,
Mm-hmm.
and I was pondering and, out loud, you think it would be beneficial for it to let them find the artifacts so we could escape?
Mm.
But she posited the idea that its hunger is so great.
Yeah.
It's a smorgasbord. She's like, it ain't really that smart if you really think about it.
Right.
Like, it wasn't thinking about trying to escape. It was like, oh, this is a meal down here. You could give a damn about the pillars. I got access to food right
He
now.
was like, "Oh, Golden Corral came to me."
I got a weird connection. Okay, so like how on Lilo and Stitch, I'm sorry, Snitch. I've been drinking. Lilo and Stitch, how they had him like locked down because he wasn't controllable and all that stuff, and and then he got away. And so maybe whoever locked him down or did whatever they did to put him inside that obsidian or whatever was like, he's just out here doing things. He ain't got no rhyme or reason. He just out here being wily. Put him in this thing because he's just doing too much wherever he came from. And that was kind of his thing, where he just wasn't smart or anything. He just was led by hunger and led by like carnage.
Yeah.
And they might have thought like, we need to like get him off wherever the heck we from, because he was like that.
Right.
Because I feel like he definitely, I mean, he's not an idiot, obviously, because he knows how to play with people's minds. But I do think, like you said, he's just carnal. Everything about him is carnal. Like it's nothing. Like he's not trying to build a house of its. He's not trying to reproduce. He's not trying to take over the earth. And at some point, if he had means to do it, he would just eat everybody's fear and kill everybody off. And then what you gonna do then?
Yeah.
So that makes a lot of sense.
It's smart enough to not kill everyone off, so we can have a steady supply of food.
Yeah.
Right. Well, that part, because 27
probably
years
could kill everybody in Derry, but it realized that this is a limited food supply.
Yeah.
But
because here it is, if you kill everyone in the town, even though we talk about how, he kind of, puts the little cloud over everyone and people just kind of, they're foggy about what's going on. If a whole town disappeared, that's going to be enough for people to say, you know what, I'm not crossing this border.
Yeah. It did it before, because in the story, it said all the settlers that came there had killed.
Yeah, because I also think, like, him being trapped there, he has no choice but to make the food constantly. Like, if he could move, he probably wouldn't hibernate as much, but since he's stuck in a place where this is the only place where I can eat,
Yeah, it's smart enough to figure it out. But he just sort of just adapted to its situation.
Right.
Like the last time it killed all the settlers, it had no food. It was like,
he's like,
because the natives were like, what we're not going to do is cross this border or go into these woods. Yeah.
Right. And then once the new settlers came and they were like, don't go in there, they went in there anyway. It realized, I can't kill them all. I just kill. And it's just adapted over the 300 years or so.
Yeah. Or, I mean, probably longer than that, but yeah. But, so this was the thing that I thought was interesting, because the way that, I can't remember the general's name, so I'm just going to call him Francis, because that's the name that we hear the most. So Francis is telling Rose his plan when she comes to confront him about her nephew. And he's basically, and what he tells Hanlon, he's basically like, okay, this is what we're going to do. So we figured out that these tunnels are under the house. We're going to send a team out. They're going to secure the 13 artifacts and they're going to move them closer to kind of, they're going to try to enclose Pennywise in a smaller circle, smaller prison. Maybe it's just me, but I feel like the math wasn't mathing because the people that you sent was nowhere near enough to do the plan that you just talked about doing.
Not with 13 pillars and you about to move them all.
Right. I don't even think you had 13 people down there total. So
I don't even think they realized the distance they had to do this because it's supposed to be the border, like around Derry. So
well, I mean, I mean, Derry it's a small town, but it's not, oh, we all just gonna walk there in like 20 minutes type of small.
Because if you remember the flashback we saw, those smokestacks was way out.
Miles. Yeah.
And that house is what, in the center?
In the center.
Supposed to be, yeah.
So
I was a little bit confused about that. I was like, okay, something about this plan just does not seem right. And I don't know if it was just that maybe he has something else that he's trying to accomplish and he's just telling Rose and Hanlon what he needs them to hear in order for them to go along with it. Because of course, once Rose has her confrontation with him, she was like, okay, you're going to need my help, or at least let me prepare Taniel so that he can help you. And basically what she said was, fuck them, you're going to go in here with this weapon, you're going to make sure that you're protected, you're going to let the thing finish them off, and we just going to be done with it. She's not caring at this point, and I can't really say that I blame her, because here you are again, we got to go back to this. The first time we told y'all not to cross these borders, we told y'all not to go into the forest, and you went anyway and you got wiped out. So here you are again. The natives have been protecting this land. They've been protecting this city for the most part. Yeah, you got a few casualties, but it's not carnage. They've been protecting it. And here you go, little white man all of a sudden remembers, and he was like, oh, you know what? We can close it and we can control it and we can put it on the leash. She was like, dude, no, this is not what you're going to do.
It's like, how are you going to do that? How are you going to do that?
Even if you think about it the way that he's talking about doing, if you send 13 teams out, you find the pillars. Even if everyone digs at the same time and all, like, okay, we're going to dig up these things and then get on the walkie-talkie. Okay, everybody take 10 paces in. Okay, even if you do that, you're not really, like, there's got to be something vulnerable there. One, because you don't quite know exactly how this works, because you really think the natives are about to tell y'all the entire thing. No, just like she didn't tell them about the shard that she gave to Taniel, that, oh, this thing will keep it away, because what will they do if they do that? They're gonna take it. They're gonna be like, okay, fuck him, we're just gonna take it and we're gonna do whatever, and we're gonna try, let's go try to hunt him, or let's go try to capture. So at some point you just gotta let the idiots be idiots and just do what they're gonna do. But
it's that mindset, like, oh, they're savage, they're this, that. But then you come to this country and you can't even farm. You can't stay alive. They got to help you stay alive. And then they holding this thing down, been doing it for centuries. But you come and say, no, we better. We know more.
Right.
We got this.
We can use this as a weapon. Don't you think if it was anything that could be done to be beneficial to help everybody else out, don't you think they'd have done it already?
Yeah, by now.
But they're basically like, okay, you know what? We're going to leave him in this little area here. And we're just going to leave him alone. I mean, think about it. In the previous episode, when they gave us the backstory, they were like, they lived in harmony with it. They were like, you stay on your side of the white chalk line, we're going to stay on ours. And it's going to be copacetic. We're good.
It's even like when they were in the meeting in this episode, the girl was saying, he goes and does his thing, and then we get our years of peace.
Mm-hmm.
Like, You do you, whatever it is you're gonna do, and then we get our piece. Like they made the whatever decision need to be made.
Yeah, because even when he was talking about it, he said we don't have as many casualties in this cycle as we did in 35 and in 08. He was like, yeah, we have, I think what he say, 27 casualties, and he was talking about the number of children. He said, but it's not as many compared to what we've seen.
Right.
And then you got the one person who was like, will you hurry up? Dude, no, because guess what? If this is going to keep all of us alive, you shut your trap. You let him talk with however long he want to talk. He
I'm sorry,
this system, any details, whatever.
This system has been working for several hundred years. So you keep your mouth closed and stick to the program.
And make sure you remember what the hell I'm saying, because you're going to be the first idiot to get ate up.
You better be taking notes. Right.
Right. But let me, okay, so let's go back, because we got to talk about this whole thing with the kids, because I don't know what it is about the and I well, let me not say that. I know it's because the adults don't listen.
Yeah.
Don't want to believe them. They feel like they have nowhere to turn. And again, I kind of felt bad for Lily, because she was just kind of like in all of this bad things, everything bad that's happened. There's that one little piece of hope. Oh, look, there's Maddie. I'm sure alarms were going off in her head, because if you look at Maddie, something will tell you that ain't quite Maddie. You know what I'm saying? But she wanted to have hope. Shut up, Anthony. She wanted to have it. She had her little slice of it. But the crazy thing is, when she tries to convince everybody else, like Rich, I love my man Rich, and I'm so scared that he's going to be next, because Rich is the voice of reason with everything. Because Ronnie is wanting them to go one way, Lily is wanting them to go one way, and Rich is like, what the hell are both of y'all talking about?
Right.
No, we don't need to be doing this. But when she pulled out the little container with Mommy's little helper,
oh my god,
she was like, yeah, we're gonna take as many as we can. My mom eats these like M&Ms. My daughter's in the background like, sweetheart, your mother is a lot bigger than you. It probably doesn't affect her the way it's going.
And she's been taking it so much longer. You just gonna jump in with three, lady? Jump in with three?
Three? How we go from 1 to 3?
And it's 10 o'clock in the morning. The only person who we've seen eat breakfast is Will. So they're all doing this on an empty stomach. I was like, oh, this is not going to go well. This is not going to go well at all.
I'm just screaming at the TV like, baby, 3 though? Come on now. Just one.
Not one.
Half. Do a
not
half.
2.
Right. Like, just work your way up.
Right.
And then you see in the end, it really didn't matter, because they were all scared as hell.
Well, yeah, all it did was make them high until they got some real fear, and then it was like adrenaline kicked in, and it didn't work.
Right. Because I tell you, when he walked up there, he was like, I thought it was right. I was like, something's not right. And then when they turned around, they were all looking down the tunnel, because they heard Hanlon calling for Halloran. When Maddie starts walking up there, he starts on the pole. I said, is this going to give us a pole dance before he eats these kids?
Maddie pole dance, baby.
Then he starts singing. Then you see the kids, and I was like, you know what? I really did not need to see the kids that way. Like, we already saw them torn apart, smashed, and just the description that fake Maddie gave, I didn't need to see them like that. I didn't need to see poor little Susie, and I didn't need to see Teddy with his head open, and I didn't need to see Phil with his mouth.
Yeah.
And all I know is, when I saw that hand come out of that tent, I knew it was not going to end well for the kids. When he said, oh, let's go to the sewers and get Teddy.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
So if he's still alive after all this time, he's going to have to figure out how to get out. Because I'm not going in the sewer.
Nope.
I am an anchor today. I bet you that.
Absolutely not. You will not see me floating. Nope.
No, and that was the other crazy thing because they kept using the floating metaphors. She talked about, the anchor or the lifeboat, talking about that's where her dad said, and basically trying to get them to, trying to convince them to go and save Phil. And then when they're inside and they're talking, she says something about, when she's talking about the pills, and she's having her little, not necessarily hallucination, but you can see that they're all getting high. She was like, "Oh, this feels like it did when I went to Dr. Wagner's office. It felt like I was floating on," she was getting ready to say floating on air, and then all of a sudden they hear the voice, and I was like,
Wah, wah.
right. This is, we don't want to do no floating. And then of course you see Dick Halloran floating in the water. I was like, you know what? Just no, we're just done.
Happening.
They sobered up real quick.
Real quick. Like my daughter said, "Oh, them anti-anxiety pills didn't do shit."
Nope.
Because I'm sorry, once you see your so-called friend's head split open and something is crawling out, no.
Nah, when they
And
like
that ain't that
when
many
that
drugs in
motherfucker
the world.
was twirling around, singing the song on the pole, and then it started the back of his head. I said, "Oh no,
So I'm
no!"
pretty sure we know this is not Maddie, guys. Can we run now? Like, what are y'all waiting on?
Fart.
As soon as he started getting up on the pole, I would have been out. Cause I'm like, okay, you know what?
Because as soon as he made that first turn, you see the head splitting open. That was your cue, kiddies. But of course, you're too high to notice that. You're probably thinking it's an effect of the medication. And you're like, are we really seeing this? When he starts singing in that creepy voice, that's when you leave. Because I'm pretty sure Will recognized that voice calling for Halloran. Will, I'm gonna need you to run to your daddy. I'm glad he took his time though, because if he had been maybe 2 seconds quicker,
Oh, he'd been a big kid.
he'd have been dead. But I need you to run to your dad.
Like what's crazy is he didn't even listen. Paulie is literally like, dude, what are you doing? He ain't listening to nothing Paulie's saying, just shooting and doing.
He was like, I actually see him.
Right.
So Paulie put two and two together and said, "Oh, real."
Okay, so here's the other thing that I found very, very interesting about this episode, because I don't know about y'all, but it don't look like Major Hanlon is fear proof. At least not going by this episode.
So I was talking to one of my coworkers about it today because she had to ask a bunch of questions about stuff she didn't understand. And what I think it is his fear for his life. He doesn't have that. But when it comes to his child and his wife, he's afraid for them. But I don't think he has, like, he don't care about himself. Like, whatever happens to me happens. But he has fear about them. And so, yeah.
Because when fake Charlotte came around that corner, he looked real scared.
Yeah. And I was like, because I feel like he probably was like, oh no, my wife is been got. My wife done got.
Mm-hmm.
And then of course he probably figured it out like it wasn't her. So I got it. But then you got to shoot your wife in the face. It's like,
yeah.
And it's not like fear is not the only negative emotion that we experience. So there's concern, surprise, shock.
Yeah.
Those are not.
Negro was scared. He was scared.
When you sum all those up, that just totally bypasses the actual fear itself.
The actual fear. Like, I don't even think he was scared he was going to die, honestly. Like, it was him that was,
Yeah, no, I don't think he was scared that he was going to die, but he was, like, when he saw Charlotte, he was definitely scared that something had happened to her. Right. And then once he realized that it was fake, and when he tells Paulie, look, if you see anything that doesn't belong down here, you shoot it. But when your son, and I guess also you're acting in the heat of the moment. You're not thinking about the fact that your son has already had an encounter with whatever this thing is.
Yeah.
So his whole thing was he's on the base. He shouldn't be here. You're not thinking that, oh, okay, he's gonna come down here with his friends or whatever, because
Crazy.
you've already basically told me you'll see your little friends after all this is over. I was like, how you know the friends gonna be there?
Yeah.
Like,
But also the lack of fear that it could be his son. Like it wasn't like he was afraid that this might be him for real.
mm,
That was absolutely gone. He was pretty confident this
yeah,
was not what it seemed.
yeah,
It was saying like he didn't even second guess himself.
yeah, yeah. But um the
And
only
that's I think that's where fear would have been handy at that
mhm,
point.
yeah.
But he didn't
Because it
have
would have kept him from making the decision he made, and now his road dog is gone.
it. Yeah.
Because Polly was like, yo, you're not listening to me. I see him. He's there. And I just don't think it was registering in his mind. He was just like, whatever this thing is, I gotta kill it.
He had already made the calculation.
Yeah.
He had
Right.
already
'Cause that
processed
was
the situation.
one test with Charlotte, so this is obviously the next test.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I do wonder like just how much when he's when Pennywise is messing with their minds, like how much is actually their mind that's like, like how much of that is actually his mind that's making these decisions at that point. Because like he didn't even like that when the boy came around the corner, he didn't even try to like he's yelling dad, dad, and he was just like,
He was like,
okay,
it's me, it's me.
No, no, it ain't.
no, it ain't.
No, it ain't.
It ain't you.
Man,
That would have been a harsh lesson.
Oh my God, a lesson. Oh, he would have tried. He would have lost it
He
right then
would
and there.
have. He would
That would
have.
have been it,
Yeah.
literally.
But okay, so I have to ask Anthony because I have not read The Shining, so I don't know a lot about Dick's background. You said something about he is able to see dead people. That is one of his powers, because I don't think he could do that in The Shining, or at least
Not
they
in the
didn't.
movie,
Not in the movie.
probably.
They didn't imply that.
no, I was saying I don't remember if that was one of his powers. I knew about
Okay.
clairvoyance, but I was wondering if that was a power he had locked away.
Oh,
Only
okay.
because at the end he saw Polly,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and it
Oh,
wasn't
okay.
like a
And the
version of
box
Polly,
was open already.
and the
So
box
yeah.
was
Okay.
open.
Okay.
And then like in the book, he also told Danny, because when Danny was asking questions in The Shining about like the rooms and like the lady in the room and stuff, and then he was just saying like asking him about are there ghosts, are there this, are there that, and he was just basically like, look, you just stay away from where you ain't supposed to go, and
Don't
don't
go
worry
in
about
room
none of this stuff.
237.
So I think he can see the dead people because that lady that was in that room was one of the things that Danny first asked about, and he just basically told him like, "Don't go. You
Like,
just don't
bruh.
go where you ain't supposed to go, and
Right.
don't go looking for nothing. You be all right."
Right.
Yeah, but
Mind your
then
damn business.
In Doctor Sleep, you find out that she followed Danny. Like he was being haunted by the
By
spirit.
the lady from the tub.
Yeah,
Oh, I
Oh,
actually have to read Doctor Sleep because I haven't read that yet.
that's horrible. Okay.
That
Okay.
is horrifying
but I
because
do
the way
think, I most I don't want to say most, but they have a range of how powerful they are.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
You find that out in Doctor Sleep actually, because they only go after the powerful ones.
Okay.
But there's a range, and so it it would make sense that Dick would at least be able to know that there's a spirit there at the minimum.
Okay.
At most he will see. And if you're a kid, like if you're the kid in The Sixth Sense, like
Mm-hmm.
what did he do? He tried to ignore them
right,
Right.
and pretend they weren't there, or he would go to a church because they don't like churches.
Mm-hmm.
So he was doing his best to avoid. And so Dick, his grandmother taught him just put that in a box. So I'm assuming she meant put your, well, I thought put your powers in the box, but then I remember in the book it was the trauma that he put in the box.
Okay.
But I was wondering if they were just trying to put it together and
right.
say he put some
Okay.
of his powers, because if you're a kid, that would freak you out. if
Yeah.
that's what we're seeing all the time.
Yeah.
And you
Just
Yeah.
constantly seeing dead people.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And then who knows what they were doing to him? I mean, just like in The Sixth Sense, they kept messing with him because they were trying to get him to help him. And when he was ignoring them, they would hurt him because it's basically like, you can help me,
Yeah.
you can
They
help me.
weren't
So,
malevolent. They just was trying to get help. Yeah.
It's like in Ghost when Whoopi Goldberg actually unlocked it. All of a sudden, a whole bunch of spirits is trying to
Everybody.
get her to
Yeah.
trying to get her to help.
Yeah. Same thing in Umbrella Academy with Klaus.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing happened with him. So okay. That would make sense. That would actually make it a little bit more interesting too, especially given that I've only seen The Shining, and then at the end of the movie, or like towards the end of the movie, right before Dick gets there, that's when we start noticing that there are ghosts all over this hotel, like having parties and doing this. So if he's able to see all of that, that would be interesting. Oh gosh. Okay. Charlotte just ran at me on the TV.
I saw her flash off your face too, and I was like, "What was that?"
Listen, and then my daughter just walked in the room like
Ugh, so horrible. The teeth thing, like, why do they gotta do that?
But even with all of this creepy stuff, I do have to say I am loving the way that they are fleshing this story out. Like I can't say I have any complaints about this show, except for the fact that they keep doing this goddamn run. Other than that, I like what they're doing, especially with the characters. And again, going back to what Anthony started out the episode with, the whole thing with Hank and Mrs. Curse, I'm just like, okay, so what kind of repercussions is this gonna have?
Yeah.
Because that's about to be found out one way or the other.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because didn't she say, "You want to come back to my house, ma'am?" What? To your house?
With that house?
But obviously it wants him to stay there because remember the bus got attacked by some beast.
Yeah. Yeah, and there were casualties, but he happened to be
He's
the
the
one
only one that survived.
Yeah. But I mean, I could kind of understand that because right now Hank he's the scapegoat. He's the one that's Dena,
It's the butcher. It's the butcher. It's the butcher. Mr. Kirsch is the butcher. The one that Charlotte was talking to, and he was like, "Oh, I just meant like you're a new face." It's him. It's him that's the husband.
Oh,
it's him. Because I was like, we have seen this man, and we have heard we've heard the name, and we've seen this man before. I just couldn't place where I saw him. It's the butcher.
Oh, he's not a nice man at home.
He's not a nice man at all.
That makes me curious now about that whole situation.
Yeah.
Hey.
And then that makes sense. He was like, "You cook my steak, cook it right," and blah blah blah.
Right, but in the store when he met Charlotte, he was so nice and so friendly and so welcoming, and
so maybe he did mean it the way she thought he meant it, but then he course corrected to make it seem like she was being over the top.
Yeah, could be.
Because he was even nasty to not nasty to Lily, but kind of like.
He's like you're Terry Bainbridge's kid. But I wouldn't be surprised that he would talk to her kind of in that way, because again, she has a reputation of being the town crazy kid. Mm-hmm. So he's probably like, what is she doing in my house? Like, I want her here, especially with everything that she's been associated with lately. Like, oh, you was there when them kids disappeared, and who knows what information has gotten out about what happened at the school, even though yes, Marge is telling everybody no, she didn't do it, my glasses broke, they cut my eye and whatever. I mean, I don't know how the whole glasses cutting your eye ended up with a screwdriver in y'all's hand. I mean, you got to give Marge an A for effort, because again, She could have easily been like, I don't know what y'all talking about. She did this to me or whatever, whatever.
Right.
So
But Dena is right though. His whole demeanor is different. His whole personality was different at the house.
mm-hmm. But you know
Completely
what?
different.
The natives were talking about, they were saying that what was it? His something about he was spilling into the water, and it was
Oh, he was
making,
shedding. It's
he was
shedding
shedding, yes, he's
shedding
shedding
from
into
the
the
ground.
water, and it's making the residents more aggressive than normal. So maybe Mr. Kirsch wasn't such a bad dude when we met him, and it just has gotten worse.
Aggressively worse.
Yeah. Like maybe he was just an asshole of a husband. Like maybe he was just mean, or, just kind of verbally nasty to his wife. But when we meet him, I got the feeling that he was kind of, maybe
Yeah.
if he hadn't gotten to physical violence yet, that he was kind of escalating or getting
It's
to that
definitely
point.
coming now.
Right. So when you find out who your wife has been keeping company with, that's gonna be
So that's
interesting.
the other thing.
I'm
Now we
sorry,
got to figure out.
this whole situation don't something about this don't seem right.
Well, now we got
It's
to figure out how they was able to
1962.
meet up because he worked in the daytime. So was he meeting her on after her shifts at the hospital?
That's
Either
what
that,
I'm saying.
or
Something don't seem right.
he was at home passed out, or I don't know.
Something don't seem right. The
But I
math
mean,
ain't
we've said
happening.
that since we
Like,
were
how's it go?
introduced to her, and the fact that you reminded me that she's the nurse that's in the movies, I'm like, okay, you know what? I really got to go back and watch these two movies so I can put my head into this timeline of the It story, because I went back last week. I started to read the book because I haven't read the book in like maybe 20 something years.
Oh wow.
And just the fact that the book starts out a little bit earlier in the book, I think the time is 1957. I was like, oh, you already messing with my timeline. I can't do it. I can't do
Yeah.
it. I gotta focus on this timeline with the show. So I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch those movies and kind of try to see if I can connect dots. But I mean, we've been saying since Miss Kerr showed up, well, at least since the second time we saw her with Lily in the diner, we were like, something ain't right about her.
Yeah.
So and the fact that she's connected to Lily, she's connected to Hank Grogan. I don't know. I'm kind of like Anthony, like whatever. I don't know. Pennywise, that eye tick just happened. He just did the run, and his eye tick, like, really? This thing is in the water. Like, where the hell you come from?
Yeah, but
Nathaniel.
something ain't adding up about the curses.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Something ain't adding up.
yeah. Drinking too much of the dairy water.
And I have a feeling just based on how things is going, this next episode is gonna give us a little bit of that answer because
Yeah,
something's got to come out about her sneaking off with him in the daylight
yeah.
in the woods and
In the
then come
woods.
to my house. What,
And he can't leave because they got all the roads
blocked off?
covered.
Come down in the basement. Come
No,
down to the sewers. You can hide
no, no,
there.
no, no. Absolutely not. I would not be going into your basement, man. No.
Look, not, I'm not going into your house. Look,
That's what I was thinking.
you are willing to take a murder rap to protect her so that she doesn't get hurt, and possibly so you don't get hurt, so you won't get lynched.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm good. I'm good. You can go back to town. You can just leave me here in the woods. I'll take my chances. I might climb a tree and just sit there for a couple of days. I will take my chances
I'm like, brother, pick a direction and start walking.
and just start walking.
Just start walking in a straight line, pick a direction.
Right.
Stay off the roads. Be like Frodo. Don't get on the roads. Stay off the roads, sir.
Right. Because this is not gonna end well for you.
No.
It's not.
No. And I have a feeling if he did make it to Shawshank, he would have been killed in Shawshank.
Oh,
Oh yeah. Like,
absolutely.
and they were counting on that, so they didn't have to do any more with the case.
Right.
They were completely counting on that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Absolutely. And then I was listening to what he said. He was like, yeah, maybe you'll be okay. The last fish we sent in there didn't make it a week. And I was thinking back to Shawshank Redemption and the way that they kind of initiate the quote unquote new fish. That I was like, yeah, no, I don't think he would make it.
Yeah.
Because even in jail, even in prison, and you hear this all the time, there is even the most hardened of criminals don't like people who fuck with kids.
Right.
They really don't. So yeah,
They don't like kid molesters, kid killers, and they don't like
rapists.
Yeah. So yeah, he would. I don't think he would have made it that first night. But okay, we got what? We got 3 episodes left. So what else do we need? Look, what else do we need to know? We need to know what's going on with Halloran. What's in the box? We need to know what's in the box. What's in the box?
What's in the box?
Right.
You got to be a certain type of person to get that reference. A certain age.
Right. Oh, this is the one thing we forgot. So, yeah, Grogan tells his little lady love, oh yeah, I think I got someone who can help us. So now Charlotte is about to be pulled into this.
Yeah.
On top of everything else that's going on with her family. Because now your husband then killed his best friend. Your son done snuck out and went into the sewers to go look for this thing that is so dangerous that you guys had to move out of your house. Like,
so that's the other thing. How he gonna find her? She on base. So I mean, it's not like she at his house and she can get a call from him because she ain't at home. So I'm trying to figure out how he gonna find her.
I don't know.
Because when he said that, I was like, bruh, you okay.
And she showed up on the base. Mrs. Kirsch showed up on the base.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. I forgot. Yeah. She did. She did go to the base.
So, how do you know? Like, I'm confused.
Like maybe she went to her house first, and then maybe a neighbor was like, "Oh, they moved back to the base or something."
I'm telling you, the math ain't mathing.
No, because think about it. You really think Mrs. Kirsch is going to show up at a black family's house?
Well, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, I forgot she even came to the base. How did he know? He wouldn't have known.
I'm like, Anthony, something ain't right.
If it could manifest as Maddie, who knows what that motherfucker can do?
Yeah.
Oh, and you know what? Okay. What if everybody did die on the bus and he ate that what's his name, Hank?
Mm-hmm.
And now he running around as Hank, about to go eat up some other people. I will lose every piece of my it that I got.
Because somehow we know I don't know, this is going to be interesting because one of the previews has the club burning, or the place that the black soldiers built was on fire, and everybody was
juke joints.
Right. So I have a feeling Hank is probably going to be there, and they're all going to assume, like all the white folks, like, well, maybe they hiding him. And Hank and Hank, air quotes, Hank, making sure everybody comes there so he can get his big blowout for the end of the cycle.
Well, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. The augury, as they mentioned, he has one big massacre before he goes back into hiding. So,
oh, I like Dena. I like Dena. How you think?
And I'm like, why? Okay,
he's the sole survivor.
Why him specifically needed to be the survivor in a situation where, unless he was gonna keep more stuff up, but then
Well, did they say he was the only survivor?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Because
that's why they're looking for
yeah,
him.
I just watched it not too long ago, and Charlotte's watching. She's in her house, and it comes on the news. It was first, it was something else, and I forgot the other story that was before that. But
But they
then
say he escaped.
it said that he escaped.
Okay.
That and then everybody else was dead, and I was like,
Hmm.
and how he just happened to be the one to still be alive.
So they're gonna be like, oh, he was the one that killed them. But then they gotta answer, like, how did he get loose? But
Yeah.
it's Derry. Weird shit happens all the time. So okay.
That'll be so much fun if he's dead. Poor Ronnie, though. I feel bad for Ronnie, but it would be hilarious if he was dead and he about to come in there and start really messing stuff up.
Listen.
Mm.
Oh, yeah. Because that is another way to get like a big massacre type thing going. You have the forbidden love aspect. You let that
Mm-hmm.
one little detail get out. You're gonna have the white mob coming after the black guy, and then you're gonna
Mm-hmm.
have the black people be like, hold up, like, yeah, he fucking with the white girl, but you ain't just about to it's gonna be a bloodbath.
Oh, and who was Charlotte talking to on the phone?
Probably MLK or JFK or RFK or one of them FKs.
Okay. One of the FKs. Yeah, I don't remember her saying specifically anybody's name, so
Didn't.
maybe.
She didn't.
Mm.
So that's another mystery, because again, we don't know a lot about Charlotte's connections. We just know that apparently she has some. So who knows who she could have called.
Yeah.
All we know for certain is
Oh,
that Halloran is safe.
yeah.
Leroy is
Define
safe.
safe though, because is he really?
Dead people. I think she might have been talking to Rose, now that I think about it.
Ah,
Because now, remember, she gave her number and was like,
yes.
call me if anything happens.
Or
Mm.
if you need a friend, or if you need
Right. It
someone
might
to
be
talk to.
Rose.
Yeah, you might be right. And of course, Rose would kind of know what's going on.
Yeah. Because they
So
also did show, like, right after they said that he escaped, they also did show that not Nebolt and Retta, the streets were going to be closed off to the town or
yeah.
whatever
Yeah.
because of the military.
Okay. So maybe some of these pieces are starting to fit together.
Let me just tell you, they need to stop playing with my emotions with all this stuff, because this is this, like, how do you deal with something that's in your mind? You can't really fight it. Like, those
Maybe
kids,
maybe it is smarter than I think it is.
right?
Because it's like it's playing 4D chess and they playing, they bowling. They're
They
not even
playing the
playing the
Atari
game.
2600 version, and he
Right,
playing PS5.
right.
I mean, because yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, because the massacre he did with the gangland violence, like he made it look like one gang did something to the other gang, and then they like came after each other, but
That's why I
nobody
said
actually
the
did
black and white
anything.
thing. That's gonna come into
Yeah,
factor. Hank
so
and
maybe he
and
got a
Kirsch.
little. He's like, I'm about to get
Right.
food. These babies is
Right.
an
So now,
appetizer.
I guess it does work because it will have access to everyone's fears in the city, and it just plays on their fear,
Yeah.
Yeah,
and that's it. That's all it has to do. There's a little spark here, a little spark there,
yeah,
spark over here.
yeah.
Everything's in motion, and you just sit back and watch.
Yep. And Mr. Kirsch, the butcher, is gonna figure into all of that. Because I
Yeah,
just thought about what y'all. He's a butcher. He's
yeah.
about to come after Hank with a butcher knife, and it's about to
Mm.
be a whole bunch of mess.
Yeah, he gonna get somebody riled up because everybody gonna be like, "That poor Mister Kirsch, the butcher, not the butcher's wife."
The butcher's wife. Oh Lord.
Mm.
Oh, and she fooling around with a kitty murderer.
Mm.
Oh yeah.
And she ain't gonna get none of that blame to a certain degree is gonna be, what did you do to her?
Yeah. Whew.
Oh,
Okay. Look.
so it's funny that we were talking about this because now I just thought about something that a friend of mine posted online, and I'm assuming it's because she saw yesterday's episode.
Okay.
And she was saying something like, being Black and Stephen King is a two-edged, no, a
Double-edged
two-sided
sword.
war. She said a
Oh.
two-sided war. Like it's always one, they always got fights being Black on both sides of things. And I
Yeah.
was just like, what does that mean? And now we're talking about this, and I'm like, maybe that is what happens.
Yeah.
Because,
Yeah. Because again, like on the one hand, when you're going out and you're looking for like the reviews or the discussions about the show, there are a lot of people who are praising the fact that the show centers on Black characters, Black families. Okay.
right.
We had this discussion, the last episode or the episode before that. On the one hand, that's good. We got some representation, we got them front and center, but at the same time, when you're putting them in this time specifically,
Yeah,
it might not always be a good thing because they're gonna have to deal with some of the racial tension, the racial backlash, especially, I mean, even with them being in the North. Because yeah, the North was a lot better than the South, but it wasn't perfect. They weren't just like all embracing with open arms. You still have your idiots and your asshats like we saw in the first couple of episodes. So
What is smoke or Stack saying sinners when
it's
yeah, he
just
was like
Mississippi with what do you say?
with skyscrapers,
With
something like that.
skyscraper. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't
It's
know.
just
I don't think this is gonna end well for Hank Grogan if it hasn't already ended for Hank Grogan.
His
But
days is numbered.
yeah,
Numbered.
they are. Yeah, they
Tick,
are.
tick, tick,
There's
tick.
no way he's getting.
no.
If like Dena said, he might already be dead.
He might, yeah.
Which would make it so good. I mean, bad for him, but that would really like
up the stakes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And as far as the kids go, I don't know if I feel like Rich is gonna make it.
A little Rich.
And because he's the cutest one, but also I feel like he's the only one
with some
that
damn
sense. Because he's the one that's like, y'all, we are kids. We should not be doing this. Like, no, the adults are not going to believe us. Yes, they think that you attacked this girl. Like, who wouldn't think that?
Who would think
given
that?
What they...
It was like, my barber.
He listing them all.
But I mean...
my barber, my auntie, the dude washing my car, Uncle Jose who mow lawns. Everybody.
Because who's gonna believe some other stuff? I mean, at least Marge had the mindset that she was like, okay, you know what? Something about this shit ain't right. So let me keep my mouth shut before I end up at Juniper Hill next to me. And like you said, I'm glad she came out and said it. I'm glad she proved herself to be Lily's friend when it came when all was said and done. Yes, I hate that you had to go through what you went through, but you know what? Looking at the damage her eye has, she got off easy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
She got off easy. And that little scratch, look, if you got to deal with that little scratch in order to understand that there is something way bigger going on here than you being a part of the patty cakes, okay, you know what? Then that's what we do.
At least
Marge was like, look, you're my friend. I'm so sorry. What do I need to do to help? And she didn't hesitate. So I like that about her.
At least she ain't floating. That's all.
Look, right? And that's because Lily saved her.
Yep.
And on that note, I think we can be done because follow that up.
I can't
Anyway,
wait to watch this. I might watch it tonight. I don't know. I might not need no bad dreams, but I
oh, you talking
feel
about
like
the
I want to
next
watch.
episode?
Yeah, because now I'm ready to see what's gonna happen.
I think I'm gonna wait till
Oh,
tomorrow to do that.
and for some of those people listening, make sure you go check out Hanako's Facebook page where Erica roasts Pennywise.
Listen, I'm gonna have to make that post public because it's so funny. Somebody posted a meme and they were like, if Erica Sinclair was in Derry, she'd have shut Pennywise down the first
Oh yeah,
night.
day
And
one.
so Anthony and a couple other people started putting their own Erica quotes up under the post. And when I say hilarious, I'm gonna make that public. I'm gonna make it public and probably share it to the Fandom Hybrid Facebook page because yeah, it was hilarious. But I did think about that. I was like, who's one kid that Pennywise probably would not like? Everybody, I think somebody else said in the post, they said, y'all notice that Vecna ain't messed with Erica because Vecna don't want that smoke. He don't want it.
Because she's not weak.
She's
She not weak. Not in a little bit. Because when they said that, I was like, and that is why Erica will never be
right.
taken.
Because
man.
And we are going to talk about Stranger Things season 5, but in that episode when they came to her for help, and she was like, y'all got 60 seconds, and they're beating around the bush. And then they were like, okay, so this is what happened. This happened, da da da. Vecna's back and blah blah blah. She was like, well, why didn't y'all leave with that?
Yeah.
It's like, you know what? Erica is gonna handle some business. And she would definitely, I feel, be a worthy adversary for Pennywise. So
yeah.
I don't know. Some fan fiction authors go write that story. Go write that story. I need a battle between Erica, Vecna, and Pennywise.
Pennywise would have shriveled up so quick.
Oh yeah.
That eye twitch would have been like this.
All the fear that he had collected, she would just suck it right back out of him.
Mm-hmm. Yep. He'd be like, "Oh wait, I'm scared. What is this feeling? What's this?
What is this feeling? This? So sudden and new." Erica.
Okay, and on that note, that is it for our show. You can find us online at www.fandomhybrid.com. We are on social media, on all the social media at Fandom Hybrid. You can chat with us on our Discord channel. You can watch our videos on our YouTube channel, and you can listen to us on all major podcast streaming platforms. Thanks for listening. We hope you join the conversation next time.
Bye.